Hey, AP folks, happy Wednesday. It's 2 o'clock, actually, 2:08, and I am just checking in with you about getting ready for our classes tomorrow or Friday, because I guess we're going to be in person, which is kind of exciting. But knock on wood, I'll keep checking my email in case that changes. Um, but for tomorrow, we have sort of three major tasks for this week. The first is to go over the ode questions that I gave you last time and that you worked on. We last time we looked at the Ode to a Grecian Urn, John Keats's piece, and so your job is to read through the ode, read it again. It's always good to read these things a couple times. There's a lot of dense language to them, and figuring out how the words work together. That's kind of the joy of poetry, really. It's not meant to be like sped read or whatever. Um, anyway, so read it again, take notes, areas of confusion, paradox, uncertainty, a lot of great poetry and great art works in a sort of a realm of not total certainty, like where things seem to sort of contradict or clash with each other. Things seem to contradict each other in ways that's hard to figure out, but then ultimately it kind of makes sense. So there's a lot of that, especially in Keats. He liked that sort of thing. And look up anything you don't know, terms, allusions, etc. So paraphrase each stanza in a couple sentences. So if I were to do that with Grecian Urn, I would say first I would look up some of this, some of the terms, maybe like sylvan. What does that mean? I would look it up and realize it meant having to do with being out in the woods, especially back in the old days. It's an old Latin word for the woods. Basically, that's what sylvan means. And I'd look that up, and I'd look up Tempe and Arcady, perhaps, and realize that they're sort of mythological places in ancient Greece, that kind of thing. But then, to paraphrase this first stanza, I would say that Keats is a person who is worried about his own life. He's trying to figure out ways to deal with the fact that he may not live that much longer or whatever. And he's talking to this urn that's been alive for, that's been not alive, but in shape for 1,000, 2,000 years probably at that point. And he's just sort of talking to it about how it's what it means to him, that it's sort of the bride of quietness and slow time, that it's something that doesn't seem to be subject to the ravages of time the way he is and the way most of us are ultimately. But there's also within it, he's sort of asking it a bunch of questions. And what's interesting, there's a lot of conflict in this first stanza because you're not sure exactly what's going on, and neither is Keats. If you look, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight questions. That's not the sign of a real confident person, in terms of what he's talking about. So and some of them are, some of these questions hint at, some less than savory stuff. What maidens loth, meaning like what are the maidens doing? Are they upset at being there? Is there something going on? What mad pursuit? What struggles to escape? This all sounds, pretty sketchy to our modern ears. What wild ecstasy? So he's not sure whether they're doing something that's really exciting and fun, or whether they're the guys on the urn are essentially chasing the maidens against their will, if you will. So he doesn't know, and that uncertainty about it kind of gives that first stanza a lot of tension. It makes it kind of interesting and gives it a little fuel moving forward. Here's a guy who's really asking a lot of questions. So that's how I might do that with that stanza. I'm not going to do the whole poem because I don't have time. But now, note how allusions or images enhance or confuse the meaning of the poem. I can do that. What is the central theme of the poem? In this case, I might say the central theme is that he's trying to figure out whether this art really lives forever, or whether it, whether he's just sort of reading into it, and whether that really offers him any hope or not. You just heard Luis scream. He's done with his work and playing Fortnite. So. All right, I'm going to make another video because this one's kind of short, and I'll post them both together. But this is about our homework for tomorrow. Okay.